Hi, in this video, I'll look into how we can enumerate domain users if we got guest level access to Microsoft SQL database. So it doesn't look like this technique is very well known. At least it's not on HackText last time I checked. While I was doing a delegate box from HackTheBox, I stumbled upon this article. It goes into details about how we can enumerate domain accounts using any user that has like guest level access to SQL database. So here he's using SQL Server Management Studio, but I'll use MSSQL client from a packet, but should be similar. I'll also link this article in the description down below so you can go through it. I'll just use a delegate box to showcase this because this machine is retired and I can really showcase whatever is going on in there. So yeah, let's first look at the explanation, and it is pretty similar to RD cycling attack if you're familiar with it, where we just take the domain SID and increment numbers because we know that accounts in AD started at 500. So we just basically grab any domain SID and increment it by 1, +1, +2, and so on. And if an object in ID has a SID that matches it, and it will return its name. So basically, that's how kind of RD cycling works. And that's pretty similar. So first it says we need to get a domain name because it's needed. That's if we don't know it, because it's needed to find the SID and read for the domain. So here he grabs the domain name. Then he just uses any well-known RID in the domain to get the SID. So basically, here he's using domain admins. And we get this hex encoded RID for domain admins. And its first 48 bytes is domain SID, and the rest is RID for this group. So here he says the same, but you can just like start with RID 500, do the math they want us to do here. So we have to change the RID to hex, then we append 0, then they reverse the order. This is very straightforward. And we need to pad the number to 8 bytes using zeros. So we get 4 zeros basically. And it's gonna create a valid RID for the SQL database that we can use to enumerate users. So let's try to walk through it real quick, just to make sure it works. So first I'm gonna connect to MSSQL database using mpacket. Here I have my credentials. Paste. Let's make sure we're not a database admin. Just gonna check our role. 0 means we're not an admin. 1 means we are an admin. So this is 0, so we're just a regular user. Can't do anything. Cannot impersonate. Cannot execute shell. So we're just a guest. So first thing first, let's get our domain name, assuming we don't know it. And we can say it's Redelegate. That's the name of the box. So here we're gonna use this domain name to query a well-known group to get SID and read from the domain. Let's do that. And we got, so this is gonna be the RID for domain admins. And as he was shown, first 48 bytes is the SID and the rest is the read. So zeros. So anything after this is RD is what we'll have to change, what we'll have to brute force. And this is the RD, and this is the SID. You'll have to brute force. So yeah, let's do the math here. We'll take the same object, which is the main, which is just administrator, create 500. So we'll just plug it into a calculator, 500. And we can see in hex it's 1 of 4. So we can basically just do the same, copy his value here, he already has. Plug it in here, add 0x, and we can use this procedure. Select as name, and this should return administrator. See, here we go. It's gonna be local administrator in the box, and we can try the same for 501. So it's 1 of 5. You have to reverse it. 1 of 5 is gonna be 0, 1 of 5, and then we reverse it to F501, and we add 4 zeros, plug it in here, and it's going to be the next object that has RID of 501. So let's try this, and this is guest account. I guess it's default RID for guest. So I think you get the idea. You can write your own Python script to automate it and make it easier, but there are already tools that exist. So this guy, there's get SQL Server and Win accounts PowerShell module that you can run from any Windows system, but there's also a Metasploit module that you can use. So I'll just showcase that. I already have Metasploit on, so it's gonna be auxiliary, admin, MSQL, and num domain accounts. And look at our options. So it's gonna fast first 10,000 RIDs, and we need to set our hosts to our IP. Set our username, SQL Guest, which is our account, and set our password. And I think that's all we need. Our port is fine, it's default. Yeah, let's just hit run. And as you can see, it just goes sanitize every RID, and if it gets a response, it prints the name of the object. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, when I was doing this box, this technique isn't very well documented. I couldn't see it on Hardtext, so seems very neat to me. If you are able to get a guest level access to a database, to a Microsoft SQL database, you can use it to enumerate domain users and hide some basic password spraying, like some common passwords people use, like welcome 2023 and things like that. So yeah, as you can see, we're getting all the users or season year exclamation point, and you can spray it and potentially get access. Right, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.